It's your boy Jimmy Blue, Mr. All Access Elite Boxing, reporting live from Frisco, Texas. I'm here with WBA Super Flyweight Champion Khalid Yafai. How you doing, Khalid?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
Listen, brother, it's fight week. We're here at the Mikey Garcia, Jesse Vargas. You're the co-main event, facing a very tough former pound-for-pound champion and Chocolatito. Man, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling very good. I'm very excited. Very excited. And I can't wait.
Listen, brother, this will be your first time fighting in Texas, I believe?
Fighting in Texas. Not my first time in Texas.
But it'll be your first time fighting in...
Yeah.
Listen, man, I mean, we just got through with the actual press conference. You know, you had Chocolatito up there, man. It was so polite, man. He's a very religious man, wishing you nothing but the best. I know you mentioned that it's going to be a little difficult facing him, especially when you looked up to him in your career. Can you talk to the fight fans a little bit about that?
Yeah, I've followed the Chocolatito for a long time, years. I've even been to see him fight 5 years ago in LA. It was great to see him fight, but I've been wanting to fight him for a long time. It's been about 3 years now. I've been wanting to fight him, and I just believe it's my destiny.
What would you say are some of the things that he does well? What is it that you admired so much about him?
What doesn't he do well? He's all action, throws a lot of punches. His combination punch is great to watch. His upper body movement is great. He's just an all-round terrific fighter, and that's why he was a former pound-for-pound king.
Now, you know, leading up to this fight, man, would you say that this is one of the best training camps that you've ever had?
The best today, yeah.
I know you came down here to Dallas, man. You actually had some sparring with a couple of guys out here from Dallas as well as the Texas area. Tell a little bit about how that sparring and how that experience went.
Yeah, I had good sparring. I brought in Joshua Franco, who's a very good fighter as well.
Yes.
From San Antonio. And yeah, we got some good rounds in. And he helped me a lot.
Listen, man, let me ask you something, brother. You know, when you come overseas and you're in America and you're having to defend your title, you know, explain to the fight fans the mentality that you have to bring in order to become victorious.
It's pretty easy for me because I love being in America. I come here on vacation a lot, so I love Texas especially. I've made my American debut 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago in Fresno, California, and I drove back from LA. I drove all the way across through Phoenix, through all the way to Amarillo. I drove through Amarillo, Fort Worth, Dallas,
nice.
San Antonio, Austin, Houston. I've done all them cities, and I love being in Texas. Even though I put on about 20 pounds of weight in about 2 weeks.
You know, Eddie Hearn mentioned, man, that you are the current longest reigning champion from the UK.
Yeah.
How special is that for you, man? Considering that obviously you're the champion.
I don't really look into it that much. I'm just a champion. I work hard. I'm trying to be the best I can be, and I just want to show my talents to the world, and hopefully I can continue to do that on Saturday night.
You know, with Chocolatito, he's fought 4 times within the last, I would say, maybe 4 years. Do you see that as an advantage, considering that, you know, you're more active as far as a fighter?
Depends really. He had his last fight 2 months ago, so he's been active over late, but not at this level. So we've got to see how he can cope with me on a Saturday night.
Let me ask you this, brother. For those that may have not seen you fight, what type of style would you say that you have?
I'm a box fighter, but I box to how I need to fight against the opponent. If it's an aggressive opponent, I can box on the back foot, like I did when I won my world title, or I can be very aggressive when I made my American debut and go to war. So yeah, it just depends what my team want me to do.
Let me ask you, man, a couple of more questions. You know, I know you're a student. I mean, you're obviously a champion. You're a student of the game, and you fight, you know, for your people. The boxing world has been buzzing, man, especially with last weekend's pay-per-view matchup between Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder, man. How did you assess the performances?
Fury had an amazing performance, done what he needed to do. The game plan was brilliant. And Wilder is just, I think Fury is just a better man on the night, and this came with the perfect game plan. That's about it.
Let me ask you this, man. I mean, you know, everybody at some point in their life either takes a loss. You know, a lot of fighters, all the great ones have lost, have bounced back. You know, with Deontay Wilder recently speaking in regards to his wardrobe malfunction, you know, not having his energy, not having the legs to perform. What do you make of that, man? Do you think it's justified for him to get the criticism that he's getting right now from the boxing fans and boxing world in general?
It depends. He lost the fight, and he lost to what? Everybody loses. Yeah, it's going to happen at some point. So that's the only thing I don't like about boxing fans sometimes, is that when one fighter's lost, they're like, their career's done. They're done. But it just doesn't work like that. How do you expect fighters to be fighting the best when everybody's saying once they lose, they're done?
That's right.
So yeah, it's hard sometimes. It's a bit contradictory, because 1 minute boxing fans will say he's just trying to keep his own and not fighting anybody, but then when they do take the step up and fight the best, and they lose, he's done. It's hard, but for Wilder, he'll come back, no doubt about it.
Well, I mean, a lot of the fans, I mean, they've all been clamoring that a trilogy should be an immediate rematch. But then you can also make the argument with Andy Reese. Andy Reese recently fought Anthony Joshua, but nobody's really talking about a rematch. Why is that? Why do you feel that is?
I'm not too sure. It's just, I think they had the rematch already done. I think they had the trilogy already done before they fought last weekend, so I think that's why.
My last question to you, Teofimo Lopez versus Vasily Lomachenko. Who do you have and why?
You can't go against Lomachenko. I just think he's all round. He's just a brilliant fighter. He's a freak. I've seen him for years, since we were 17 years old. And yeah, he's an unbelievable fighter, and I think he'll win the fight. Teofimo Lopez is a brilliant fighter, no doubt about it.
Jesse Vargas, Mikey Garcia, both really good friends of yours. You're going to be the co-featured on the card. Who wins that matchup?
I'm going with Mikey Garcia on a wide point decision.
Well, listen, man, we appreciate your time. Is there any last shout-outs you want to give to any of your fans, any of your family back home, any of your sponsors that are watching?
Just shout out to all boxing fans. Boxers win at the moment, and the fans are to be thankful for part of that. And tune in on Saturday night, because you'll see an incredible show.
It's your boy Jimmy Blue, Mr. All Access Elite Boxing, signing off.